1. Warning, this podcast contains the Jewel of Valencia.
Gotta wash the good.
I ain't washing shit.
That's what's on the jewel.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Galavant. Season 3. Season 3. Wow, we are getting ahead of ourselves. This is not Season 3. This is Season 2. Episode 3. And Episode 4.
And this is how the show is gonna go.
Damn.
Yep. All Hell the King and Bewitched, Bothered, and Belittled. I'm your host, Dom. With me, my co-host, Kim. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Rachel. And King Mike.
King Mike now. I don't have a crown. Shit.
King Mike. You don't have a
I have
crown?
one. It's up there.
I think I have
On
a blow
Princess
up one
Deadpool.
somewhere.
I need to win.
Very nice.
My wife and I
Princess
need
Deadpool
to
stole mine.
Have you seen the shirt? My friend just posted it on Facebook. It says, "I like the D," and it's got his face in the middle of it.
Yep.
Oh.
You alright?
Okay, then. So, what do you guys think of these episodes?
They seem kind of like filler episodes.
They weren't as good for me as last week. The fourth one was better. Episode 4 was way better than episode 3 for me, because episode 3 I just kept feeling like my mind was wandering. Like, I was watching on my computer, all of a sudden I was like, oh, let me check Facebook. Oh, let me check my Twitter. But in the fourth episode, I didn't find myself doing any of that.
Yeah, I mean, after the second episode that we had with that whole Jewel and, like, the dialogue banter between Isabella. Do you guys remember Isabella's full name from last season?
But it was something like Isabella blah 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 blah.
No, yes.
It's huge.
Yeah, it was like 30 hyphens in her name, and I hope if the wedding goes through, like, they start, like, ranting that off
I'm
again.
practicing writing my married name. Isn't it exactly the same as your name right now? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But out of the first episode we had here, episode 3, they start off and they're exactly where they left off, right outside of Richard's abandoned, empty, non-existent castle.
It's just a lot.
Yeah, so he's just going through the tour of the palace.
Yeah.
Hallway.
And a hallway, and my bedroom fireplace, and this was my crown storage.
He starts naming off his crown, different crowns.
Yep. Yeah. And then they happen across a village that King Richard does not exactly
That looks
remember
oddly
being there.
familiar.
It does look oddly familiar. For good reason. It's made up of the torn apart castle.
That is just...
A great way of repurposing a castle.
I guess.
Yeah, I was trying
but
to
still,
think.
that's like stealing, basically. So it wasn't
Where do
their
these people
castle.
come from?
I mean, couldn't they just have had everybody move into the castle as opposed to dismantling
They
the
didn't all want to
castle?
live together.
Maybe they didn't want to live in the castle in its current state.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I still think he can sue them.
He can sue them? It doesn't quite work like that.
Dismantling his castle.
Considering
What is the king without the people?
all of the people are now in control.
A
As
rich
long as
guy's
you were-
castle. Well, he doesn't
Yeah,
have a
as
castle.
you're rich, as long as you were rich, what was it, rich,
Rich,
male,
white,
Straight.
male, straight, healthy, and something
and we're
else.
not a redhead.
Oh yeah, you
Because
weren't a
the
redhead.
gingers were fucked. Yep.
So you're out, B.
Damn it.
Redhead.
Yep.
I'm not
Rachel, you
naturally
too.
with that.
You're not naturally a redhead?
Okay, it's just me.
Oh.
But as Galavant said, awfully progressive for the Middle Ages.
Yeah. It
I
was.
love the
It
fact
was.
that Matt Lucas was on, because I was like, dude, I know him. Oh, dude, he was on the Doctor Who. He was the head.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yay!
But Richard's kind of trying to find his place in the world, right? He didn't he doesn't know what to do without being a king.
I mean, that's basically all he knows.
He wanted to be a
No,
blacksmith.
it's too dirty.
A blacksmithing things in his blacksmithery.
You hit things.
Hit the
thing.
The thing with the thing until it becomes another
Hit the
thing.
thing with the thing until it turns into another thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Then he wanted to be a farmer.
No.
And plant.
What was
Brewer.
after the
He
farmer?
wanted to make- yeah.
A brewer. And then later on we hear him say that if he could only be so lucky to be the town drunk, but that position was
Well, in
already
his
filled.
song, I thought was hilarious. He mentioned that, wanted the job a wet nurse. I'm like, dude, you can't do that.
There was a couple other things
Yeah.
too that were pretty gross. I can't remember the last thing. The last thing was pretty nasty. I was like,
Yeah.
but yeah, he
The town
came
leper.
up with a bunch. Yeah, town. I think he did name the leper. There's
I
stuff.
think so.
Well, first you have to find someone with leprosy and then proceed to lick them.
don't have to lick them. Just touch
No.
them.
No, you do not lick leprosy. That is the worst
Well, he
idea
wants to
ever.
lick the
leper.
I think
But if you have to-
leprosy is
No.
very contagious. They don't think you can touch
No. That is not an
Actually,
ice cream
it's not as
cone. Do not
contagious
lick
as
that.
You have to I think it's like fluid.
It's
Like
not as
dog food.
contagious as it was back then because we actually understand modern hygiene and the way diseases are transmitted nowadays.
Yeah, now, but back then everything was far more.
Still,
Yeah,
don't
no.
lick it. I do not
I was
recommend
saying,
licking
if you want to
leprosy.
be surefire
Lick a
way to get it,
leprechaun.
lick the guy.
Well, yeah, that would be a
Especially on a part that's falling off already.
But finally, Richard comes to terms and decides that he is going to be the guy that helps Galavant succeed in his quest to rescue Fair Maiden, even though he's the one.
And
that
as of now,
started it all.
that makes him Galavant's campaign manager.
more or less.
His
Yeah,
sidekick.
he's the shitty sidekick.
Yeah.
He's the shit. He's the
He's
the
shitty
bumbling
sidekick.
fool.
He is
He's-
already. He is already a better sidekick than Sid ever
This is
was.
true.
Yeah.
He sat on the
Sid's not a
map
very
and then
good
tore the
sidekick.
map.
Yeah. Even though Richard is the one that caused
Yeah.
it all, he's still better than Sid.
Still better than Sid.
And that kind of sucks.
Yeah, but I like Sid's role this time around. Because Gareth, he starts feeling guilty from taking the throne from King Richard, and he's waking up to these terrible nightmares, which are hilarious,
Yes,
by the
they
way.
are.
Yes, the head in the bed.
The head in the bed.
The head
Yeah.
in the bed. You just Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, it's like the head in the bed is like if Dr. Seuss wrote The Godfather. But yeah, Madalena is being driven mad by being woken up in the middle of the night to Gareth screaming, which gets Sid involved and to try to cure him of his
It's like,
his
what do you
nightmares.
want him to do? You're such a stupid witch.
Ease his conscience, I guess?
He says Jiminy Cricket.
Sid is 100% Jiminy Cricket.
I like when he tried to explain, you're feeling guilty. What's that? He explains it to him. He's like, I don't do that. What do you do?
That's not.
It's
There's
like,
no such thing.
such thing. He just goes off on him like, you're a liar.
Yeah. But Sid ends up like plucking dreams out of his head or something.
Yes.
It was like kids, like a
Metaphorically
kids, yeah.
with nursery rhymes.
In a way, Gareth he's still childlike because he grew up a certain way. He never had that childhood. He had to grow up being the macho,
He had to grow up being the child's bodyguard, basically.
Yeah. He never had a childhood of his own. So every once in a while you see that childlike Gareth come out. And you're just like, oh.
Yeah. We had the wedding planner show up at
So sad it
Isabella's.
wasn't Adam Sandler.
That
Adam
would've
Sandler
been
would've been great
hilarious.
for
Not
that.
the wedding planner. Oh my god,
Still,
what did
that
I
would
do?
still would have been
Yeah.
funny.
Whatever.
That would have been hilarious.
A point stands.
And I'm really hoping, now that you mentioned that, completely off topic but on topic, I hope that Vince Vaughn and
Owen Wilson.
what the hell is his other name? Owen Wilson crash the wedding. That would be great.
Don't like Owen Wilson.
I don't like Owen Wilson either, but in Wedding Crashers, they were great on screen together. So, yeah, but apparently the wedding planner has some crazy magic crown that controls Isabel.
It glows and no one says anything about it.
No,
Well,
the cook does. The cook
chef
says all the time.
knows.
The chef knows.
And what's her
Oh,
face?
you're right. Yeah, he does.
Gwen or
Gwyneth.
Gwyneth, whatever her name
Gwendolyn?
is. She noticed. She says like, your pupils went spirally, and you said something. Like,
And your crown went glowy. And
yeah, your crown.
And the chef tries to take it at one point to clean
no,
it.
it's a little crooked.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, exorcist time.
I'll go.
Yeah, exactly like that,
I'll
Mike.
get you a
Exactly.
lozenge for that.
All right.
But we find out the wedding is now in 6 weeks. She has agreed to it through mind control. And, yeah.
Until she figures out how to get that crown off, or someone figures out how to get it off her head.
Yep. Yeah. But meanwhile, Galavant and Richard are trying to recruit an army. They go to the town hall meeting of said crazy castle town. And the only one they end up recruiting is this girl,
After
Roberta.
getting booed out of the hall.
Yes.
Right. And she ends up being a girl that was hired to play with Richard as children. So they were childhood friends by
Or,
Force.
yeah, like by
Whatever you want to call it.
which in the second episode sets up some really awesome work with Galavant trying to hook up Richard and Roberta,
Right.
aka Bobby. But ends up failing
Because his
miserably.
beard caught on fire.
His beard did catch on fire. That was a great little date. Richard starts off, I could still fit my whole fist in my mouth. Want to see?
Richard, do I
Like,
have to do
what?
everything myself?
Yeah, you,
And then they're sitting there talking afterwards, and is like, "Were you trying to set us up? See, I told you he was trying to set us up. We're such good friends."
she wanted more.
Way to blow it, Richard. Now I see why the unicorn was following you last week.
I mean, and then he screws up the whole them trying to get a band of people to go help with the whole. You guys could have just killed us and took the gem. I was like, shut it.
Yeah, he's like, I totally smuggled the Jewel of Valencia in my stomach. He's like, how did you eat that? How
Lube
did
it
you
up
swallow
with bacon
that?
grease just to get it down.
And then remember when he was
Well-
screaming for a whole day on the pirate ship?
Now I know what my mother was complaining about all those years. Oh, God.
And the guys are just like, we'll just have to
Yeah.
watch that again. But then he's like, you guys are really outstanding guys. You guys outnumber us 10-1, and you
You
guys
could have
just
murdered
go-
us and taken it, but no.
Yeah. Shut up, Richard. You're the worst sidekick ever.
He really is.
Or the
yeah.
best. I was reading an article today on Galavant. I think it was on EW, Entertainment Weekly, where they were talking about how they feel, as of the 4th episode here, that the name of the show should no longer be Galavant, and it should be King Richard. And I'm starting to feel that way. Galavant has seemed like yeah, he's quote unquote the leading guy right now, but I feel like Richard has stolen the
Yeah,
spotlight.
he kind of has the season. He has a lot more trouble.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's this season. It's kind of switched to being about him a little bit, which I think is nice because it opens up us to really experience his character more than just the douche king.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely
think
not complaining though, because Timothy Almondson is
I
amazing.
think it'd be kind of cool if, like, if they go on more seasons, they kind of, granted, it'd still be called Galavant, but maybe focus on another character, stuff like that. Oh, I don't think this whole season's going to be about King Richard, but it's nice to get a little piece about his background and how he was raised and stuff. So you get to know him a little more. So.
Yep.
That's what I just think they're doing.
Yep. We get a little backstory on Madalena, how she got to be so cruel. The von Fallenberg sisters.
She was bullied.
Yeah, they were these like really ruthless, wealthy.
Well, they were princesses at the
queens
time.
almost, princesses. Yeah, that came into town and treated her like complete and utter shit. And she's just like, I want to be just like them.
When they did the whole carriage, take it away, I got a whole like Wonder Years vibe because I remember.
God, I loved that whole like, no, dear, Sunday roast. We're roasting you. It's like, thank you, lords, ladies, especially thank you, friars, and allowing us to use your club. Ah, well done, well played there. I just wish they would have roasted her for longer.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we were treated to this very sensitive musical number involving Madalena, and I almost felt like she had real human emotions.
That's what the whole thing was about. She was freaking out herself. She didn't know she had them.
Yeah.
She's like, what are these?
And even Gareth gets all like swelled up in the middle of the song, and he runs right out and goes to collect these. She wanted the same earrings that these queens had.
She got them.
So she got them. She did. She got the exact earrings.
He's like, oh, sorry, I didn't. No, I liked them just the way they are.
Forgot to remove the ears.
Only Madalena would enjoy them more with their ears still attached.
That means she's the cruel, twisted, sadistic one.
But the fact that he went out and did that for her was kind of sweet.
Yeah, it kind of was.
It was for sure.
They both have feelers.
Feelers.
Yeah.
Do we want to see their feet?
But the only thing that I thought was worse than that was Gwendolyn and the cook. Their little song. Their song was just downright.
They're like in this place where they're like healthy and they have enough food and everything's going well. And they're like, she's like, I can't take it. I have to be, I haven't had a disease in weeks. And I'm like,
yeah, no disease in weeks. Did you hear over there the tapefoot? Tapefoot. Wow, tapeworm was 1 foot longer.
Dude, really? You'd rather be just shitting down the street walking because you have some kind of disease than actually be somewhere weird.
And then she woke up in the bottom drawer of the bureau. The bureau. The Bieramu, that's her nickname. But yeah, no, she's in the because we saw that in season 1. That's where they slept, in the cooking quarters.
Yeah.
So nice little throwback there. I like that.
But I just saw it was like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she just has to eat that last bit of food off the floor.
Like,
go ahead. I know it's driving you nuts.
Freaking olive.
Olive.
I'm just like, seriously. It just didn't make sense. It's like, okay, you know what? Grin and bear it. You'll deal with it. Deal with being happy for a little bit.
It's so used to like being miserable that when it's all of a sudden you're happy, it's weird and you're just waiting for the other ball to drop. So I guess it's maybe it's that same concept.
But I like the fact that they took off together. Yeah, you guys ain't gonna get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the episode kind of ends with they decide they're gonna go search for giants in the forest to help storm the gates.
You don't have an army? find some giants.
Mm-hmm.
That totally makes
So
sense.
make up for it.
Are we gonna meet Jolly the Green Giant?
Meat jelly.
Please have the Jolly
Jolly.
Green Giant there. That'd be
They're like
amazing.
happy. They're gonna have like happy giants that don't like want to attack anybody. They're like,
They're gonna be something completely whimsical, like the pirates, the land pirates.
yeah, like sing and shit or something.
They're gonna be happy. They're gonna be happy giants.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, out of both these episodes, what were you guys' favorite of the musical numbers?
Probably. I don't know.
There was
So
a bunch.
The wedding one was kind of funny because at first she didn't want, and then he put the crown on her, and all of a sudden she's like totally into getting the wedding planning. I'm like, no, really?
Yeah,
But before the whole,
and he
the
was
whole,
how he's doing his whole plan.
yeah,
Mhm.
and the as getting married, I related to all this, that they're like 37 course meal. We didn't have a 37 course meal or anything, but I remember you have to plan all this shit, and yeah,
I can say
it's
it was
pretty
pretty.
annoying.
Yeah, the Gwendolyn Cook song I think is my favorite because of how disturbing it was.
It was fairly whimsical.
But I love the fact that he brought in the snacks, and then like 2 seconds later he's dumping the food. It's like, when did they have time to eat this shit?
My second favorite one is probably when Galavant was trying to hook up Richard and Bobby.
Yes,
That was perfect, yes.
I forgot about that song, but yes, it was definitely it. Lutes, violins, annoying. What the hell kind of horns were they? I
Horns.
forgot.
Cane horns or something.
Annoying something kind of horns, like his face. Like, no, get the fuck out of here. Why'd I ask for you?
It's very much like I thought of like the Little Mermaid and the kissing, the kissing scene.
Yeah. Kiss the girl.
Yeah.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. These two episodes I felt were a little lackluster compared to last week.
Hopefully next week improves upon it.
Well, you guys
Yeah,
remember
these-
last season was really slow for a good portion of it too, so
And
Yeah,
then
it just
got,
seems like it's setting up.
yeah.
For it. So that's what they said. I feel like filler. They're just setting up.
He's
for
moving
things.
forward. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a.
All I know is we need Weird Al back, so get those monks in here quick. Stat pronto. Next week we have 2 episodes, Giants versus Dwarves.
Oh my.
Where Galavant is fed up with Richard after he trades the Jewel of Valencia for a dragon and travels to find the giants on his own. Yeah, that collective look from the three of you.
Now, are we talking an actual, like, huge fucking Smaug-type dragon?
I
or,
sure
like,
hope
a
so.
tiny little
I hope
thing
it is
in
not a
his
whelpling.
hand?
I hope it is a full-scale, fire-breathing, flying dragon.
Many
Or
whelps.
something carved out of wood.
No wood carvings. It's got to be an actual dragon.
Many whelps handle it.
But Galavant continues, travels to find the giants on his own. They are not at all what he expected, but are willing to help under one condition. He must help them defeat the dwarves. So that's going to be really interesting. You have giants who are supposed to be really, really big versus dwarves who are supposed to be really, really small. And the giants need help killing the dwarves. So,
But yet they're gonna be what you want to take with you to go,
right.
save the girl.
Right. So when they meet face to face, Galavant is in for not one, but 2 surprises. Roberta steps up to help bring both men to their senses and attempt to resolve the issues between the dwarves and the giants. Meanwhile, Gareth tells Sid about his feelings for Madalena. Sid warns Gareth against confessing his feelings, but he is determined, which ultimately leads to a dangerous situation for one of the men. Woodworm, which is the wedding planner, sends Isabella to Princess Jubilee's palace to hand-deliver her invitation to her wedding. Things don't go as planned, especially when the crown on Isabella's head is accidentally broken.
Bam.
Oh boy.
And then the second episode, About Last Night, just as their travels hit a new low, Galavant, along with King Richard and Roberta, stumbles upon his father, Sir Arnold Galavant. Oh, God.
Does that mean we're getting Anthony Head back?
Maybe.
That's who played Galavant's father in flashbacks. Oh
Right.
my God! Please tell me it's him.
Sir Galavant, I sure hope so. While Richard prepares for a battle by training at Arnold's night school, Galavant learns a few things about the man who abandoned him as a child. Madalena tries to make Gareth's birthday the best day ever, but his idea of a fun time is getting into a bar fight. Isabel returns to Herentia and banishes Woodworm. Sid, now a wanted man in Valencia, flees to the Forest of Coincidence, where he meets Woodworm. Their chance encounter, I love it. Their chance encounter in the Forest of Coincidence sparks an evil plan. Sid stabs someone with his sword. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh God! There's nothing on here about it. It has to be Anthony. Oh wait, Arnold Galavant, is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah. So now becomes
Shit. No, they got someone else for it.
Did they?
It's not Anthony Head again.
That's unfortunate. Sorry, Anthony Head. Maybe the father in flashbacks, who is much younger, will continue to be Anthony Head, and the father, who is older in present day, be whoever they got now.
So sad.
So, yeah.
So Sid is now going to be an evil sidekick.
Yeah, Sid looks like he's gonna get interesting now. Which, I mean, he's already started to get interesting this season as it is, which is great. So.
Well, Woodworm is kind of like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. It's not bad. It's that one friend that makes all the bad plans sound good.
Right.
Yeah.
Until afterwards, you're like, what the fuck did I just do?
You just sold meth to a bunch of school children.
Oh my
What
god!
happens to his other
Don't do that.
We
That
have
sounds
an evil
terrible.
sidekick fight?
Evil
No, but-
sidekick. Yeah, Sid versus Richard.
No, but yeah,
Oh.
Woodworm is the type of guy to talk you into something like that. Though.
Yeah, he is. I mean, just coincidentally, in the force of
Yes.
coincidence, on a chance encounter. It's gonna be great. Yeah, is that it? You guys have anything else for this episode?
Nope.
Negatory.
Negatory. Well, that ends our show. Kim, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at HUFFITYPUFFITY.
Rachel, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Savannah17, on Twitch at Savannah.
King Mike, where can the people find you?
Really need a crown for this. You can find me on
You
Twitter
need a crown.
at Belittled. Right there. That's over here this time. There we go.
There it is.
There it is.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Do, 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 do.
I knew somebody was going to do it.
I
You can
was
find
going for
yeah. You can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter. Excuse me. And right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Till next week, we will see you in Valencia.
What?
Hortensia.
Hortensia?
I don't know.
And
where
the
the hell.
Forest of Coincidence.
There's too many places that rhyme.
Because it's just a coincidence.